Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first video of 2019. Happy New Year. I am so happy to be back after a little bit of time off. You can probably still hear it in my voice that I've had a bit of a cold, but I just wanted to go ahead and jump back into my filming schedule. So I thought I would kick off the year with a Q&A. I asked a couple of weeks ago over on Instagram if you guys had any questions for me, and you responded with some really fun ones, and they're all different categories, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in and answer some of these. So the first question comes from Alex from Tinted Green, and she asks, what is your go-to outfit combination? And I definitely have a go-to outfit combination. It is a long sleeve striped t-shirt and jeans. I wear this all the time, probably at least 2 times a week, and I love it because you can really style it in different ways. So I like to pair it either with some nice shoes to make it a little bit more dressy, or maybe sneakers to dress it down, and I just think it can go a lot of different directions. It's a really versatile base to an outfit, so I definitely wear that a lot. I'm going to keep up with the style questions for a few minutes. So the next one comes from Tatum, and she asks how I would describe my style and also how do you find your style. So this is a little bit of a challenging one because a lot of times I don't really feel like I have found my style per se because it changes all the time. So I think I would say it is casual but with a vintage influence right now. I sometimes wear really laid back things, like today I have on a sweater and jeans, but I like to mix it up with my makeup and my accessories, and then sometimes I really like to wear like pretty dresses and fun prints and things like that. So I definitely think it's got a bit of a vintage twist, but for the most part pretty casual. And then as to how you find your style, this is something that I'm still working on, I feel like, but it just comes with finding inspiration, I think, and things that you want to try. I'm very experimental with what I wear, so if I see something, I'll try it out. It's just clothes, so I like to try out new things. So I use Pinterest a lot for style inspiration. I also love movies for style inspiration, and then I love to save outfits that I like on Instagram and reference back to those. So those are just a few things that I've used, but I do feel like I'm still in that process. Haley asks for style and makeup tips on how to look more mature. She says that she sometimes gets mistaken for a teenager and she's not, so that can definitely be frustrating, and I've had that problem before. Just depending on what age I'm at, I feel like sometimes I look older or younger than I am. I think that makeup can really help when it comes to looking more mature. I don't think that really heavy makeup looks more mature because a lot of teenagers, you know, will just pile it on. But I think simple classic makeup that really enhances your features can help to make you look a little bit more mature if you tend to look younger than you are and you want to look a little bit older. And I think with style, really classic basic pieces that are well fitted is a good direction to go in. Things like blazers and things with a little bit more structure, I think those often can make you look a little bit more mature as well. So those are just some thoughts I have off the top of my head, but I don't feel like I'm an expert on that by any means, but I hope that's sort of helpful. This next question is makeup related, and it comes from Lucy, and she asks for recommendations for cruelty-free makeup and skincare. I do try to shop cruelty-free for the majority of my skincare and makeup. I have some old things that have kind of lingered that are not, but most of what I buy is. And so a lot of the natural and organic makeup and skincare is automatically cruelty-free, and that's what I use for the most part. So those brands are always a great place to look. Some of my favorites for skincare are Acure Organics and then Avalon Organics. Those are both available at drugstores, really affordable for what they are, and great products. I've had good success with those. And then a new skincare brand that I'm trying right now is Lilani Skincare. They're a little bit more expensive, but really nice products that are cruelty-free. And then for makeup, I do use a lot of Burt's Bees. I know that their cruelty-free status is a little bit disputed, but they are still Leaving Money certified, so they would be a good one to go with if you're looking for more drugstore type of products. And then let's see, I love Ilia Beauty for makeup, and they are a little bit more expensive, but they are also cruelty-free. They're one of my favorites. And then Juice Beauty as well is another favorite. If you're just looking to get into cruelty-free and natural makeup, a great way to start would be with the WeFresh box. I absolutely love it. I know I've talked about it so much, but it's a great resource, and everything in that box is cruelty-free. So I will link to an unboxing video in a card so you guys can check that out if you're interested in more cruelty-free brands. Okay, I'm going to move on to a couple of more personal questions. So the first one comes actually from my sister Felicity. She's always great at asking questions, and she asked about books that I've read in the past year. So I read about 10 books, I think, in 2018, which is not that great, but it's pretty good for me. And a couple of my favorites were The Blue Castle by L.M. Montgomery. If you grew up on the Anne of Green Gables books, this is a more adult novel from her. That one was really fun to read, and I liked it a lot. Let's see what else. I also read and enjoyed the first Harry Potter book last year, and I'm excited to continue through that series in the next year. And then a book that I'm reading right now is one that my sister gave me for Christmas. My older sister has a history degree, and she's great at recommending really good history books. And this is one I'm almost through with. It's called The Radium Girls. This is fascinating if you are interested in women's history and things like that, and ethics in the workplace and that kind of thing. This is really fascinating. It's about women who worked with radium paint in the early 1900s and the effects of that, the lawsuits that went into that. So this is a really interesting read, really fast paced. So I'm enjoying that a lot. That's what I'm working on right now. Lauren asks, do I like to travel or stay home more? And I would say both. I am definitely a homebody. I really enjoy solitude and being at home, but I also do love to travel. I think there's just nothing quite like that experience, and it's so much fun. I stay home the majority of the time, but when I get the chance, I do love to travel. Elaine says she would love to see how I schedule my days and get so much done, which is a very flattering question because I do not feel like the most productive person, so thank you, Elaine. I definitely do struggle with productivity and focus, so I have some tools that I have in place that I definitely try to use. For me, that's mainly my planner. I love to put together to-do lists at the beginning of the week for each day of the week and things that I need to accomplish. My life is a little bit disorganized just because of the way my work is. So I do Etsy work and then I also teach. So it kind of splits my mind a little bit having those different things going on and trying to balance it all. But I do think I want to do a video dedicated to goal setting and planning. So I'm going to hopefully put together a little bit on that, and hopefully that will be a little bit more helpful. But I do love using my planner, and it's definitely helped me a lot since I got into using those. For a very naturally disorganized person, it's very good to just write everything down and be able to see it on a calendar. Felicity asks what would be the most fun and the hardest part of running a small business. And for me, the most fun thing is just the creativity, coming up with the ideas. That's what I really love. I love brainstorming and creating ideas for new products and all of that kind of thing. But the hardest part is juggling everything. So right now, while it's just me creating the products, making everything, fulfilling orders, and running the business side of things, it can get to be a lot and a little bit overwhelming, and I don't necessarily feel extremely qualified for all of it. So it leads to a lot of kind of self-doubt and that type of thing, which is difficult, but I feel like I'm learning all the time, and just pushing through that is great, and it's just a great growing experience. Elaine asks if I can do a room show and tell, and that has been really highly requested, so it is something I'm thinking about this year. I don't know about you guys, but I just never feel like my space is done or good enough to show online. So I have like all these holes in the walls that I need to fill in and repaint and hang up artwork. So if I get to a place where I feel comfortable with it, I will, but it's just not something I've gotten around to yet. Susanna asks, what is the corniest movie or TV show that you love? So when it comes to TV, I don't know if this is corny. I would just call it classic. I Love Lucy. I think it is so great, just hilarious, and it never gets old. I've watched all of the seasons multiple times and I love them. In terms of movies, oh, I've got a good one for a movie. This is a period drama. It's called The Inheritance. It's based off a Louisa May Alcott book, but it's very different from the book. I've read the book, and it's just super cheesy, but I just absolutely love it. So my younger sister Felicity and I watch that together all the time, and we really, really like it, but it's a little embarrassing. Hannah asks, what is my middle name? My middle name is Ashley. I theorized that my mom named me after Laura Ashley because she was really into Laura Ashley, and my name is Lauren Ashley, so who knows, but yeah, that's my middle name. Megan asks what my Enneagram is. I actually haven't figured this out yet. I know a lot of people are really interested in the Enneagram. I found it a little bit confusing trying to learn about, so if you have any good resources for it that you would like to recommend, please let me know because I would be curious. I am really interested in the Myers-Briggs personality type, so I'll just tell you that. I am an INFP on that scale, and I really love learning about personality, so I'd like to get into the Enneagram. I just haven't really delved into it much yet. Hannah asks if my family is from England. She said she's noticed that my sister Felicity seems to have an accent. No, we are not from England. We are from Little Rock, Arkansas, but grew up in Southern California, and then I moved back to Little Rock 6 years ago. So I think that combination of where we grew up is a very different style of speech from Little Rock to California. So that mixture of a Southern accent with a Southern California accent, I think just sounds a little bit different to most people. I don't think it sounds like an English accent at all to me. It's definitely a little bit different though, and I noticed that the longer I live in Arkansas, I am acquiring more of a Southern accent, so it just is a little bit of a melting pot and mixed together, I think. But no, we are not from England. I've been there twice, and my sister Felicity has been there once, and we also grew up on a lot of British dramas, so maybe that influenced the way she speaks a little bit, but no, we do not have any family from England at all. Sarah asks, who are some of your role models? I don't know if this is cheating, but I would definitely say my mom. She is just an awesome lady all around, and I want to be her when I grow up. Susanna asked, I love this question, she said, who are two of your favorite singers, one old and one new? So one of my favorite newer singers is Ingrid Michaelson. I have loved her for years. I think that her songs are just so beautiful and heartfelt, and I love her music style. And then for an older one, I love Frank Sinatra. I could listen to Frank Sinatra all day long. So those are definitely two of my favorites. And then lastly, I got quite a few of you asking for random facts about me that you wouldn't expect. So this is a little bit tricky for me because I feel like I'm kind of an open book. But maybe some things like from when I was younger would be a little bit unexpected. I was a super angsty teenager that was obsessed with Star Wars, so that's something you might not expect. I remember when I was like 13, I would style my hair so that I had this braid going like over my eye because I really liked my hair in my face, which is kind of continued, I guess, with these bangs. But I remember I would like braid it like the Padawans in Star Wars would, so I was a little bit interesting in that way. And let's see, my favorite band when I was a teenager was Skillet. If any of you are familiar with them, that might not be what you would expect from me now. I've definitely changed a lot over the years, but I have always been interested in a lot of the same things as well, so it's kind of odd, I guess, just that combination. But I guess we're all just a mixture of a lot of different things. But I think in terms of where I'm at now, I'm pretty much an open book in terms of what I share online, and I can't really think of anything about me that you wouldn't expect. But if I think of anything, I will try to let you know. Alright guys, so those are all the questions. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that my voice wasn't too annoying because I know it is definitely a little bit nasally right now. But I just wanted to jump back into filming and share some answers to your questions with you guys. And then just a little bit of housekeeping. I will be trying to get back to my normal schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday here on my YouTube channel. If you have any video requests for things you would like to see this year, let me know. I really want to get back into doing more style videos over the next few months, and then I have a few DIY tutorials in the works as well. So I hope that that is exciting to you. It is to me, definitely. And I definitely want to get back into more thrifting content, so I'm going to try to go thrifting in the next week and do a vlog of that. So that should be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to this next year. Last year was such a great one for me on YouTube, so thank you guys so much for your support, for coming along with me. I really got back into it over the summer, and I've just been so excited about it and felt so creative and inspired by it. So thank you guys so much for your support and coming along with me on my YouTube journey. And I hope that you have had a great start to 2019 so far. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, I can't imagine that you made it all the way through a Q&A with me, but if you did, you can hit the subscribe button down below if you would like to stay tuned for my future videos. My content is mostly based around style and sewing. Those are two of my favorite things. I throw in a little bit of a natural skincare and makeup here and there. And then guys, if you're not following me over on Instagram, I would love to have you join over there. I have not posted a photo in quite a while, and I need to get back into my routine on Instagram as well. But you can find me over there. My username is just Lauren Johnson. Thank you again so much for spending your time on my channel today, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!